Hi, so I'm doing two videos back to back. That's why what changed. So I'm doing a look at my most anticipated, one of my most anticipated graphic novels of January and February. It's a collected edition, and it's DC Finest Green Arrow: The Longbow Hunters. This has been the one in the whole of what they've uh, said was coming out in the first few months of the DC Finest range that I was really excited about. I had the comic years ago. I had the Longbow Hunters when it first came out. Even before then, I was a fan of Green Arrow because I had the miniseries with the art by Trevor Van Eden. I think Mike W. Barr was the writer. I could be wrong on the writer. Um, so yeah, I was really excited when this was mentioned as being one of the earlier releases. So this contains Green Arrow: The Longbow Hunters 1 to 3. That's the Prestige 48-page books. Green Arrow 1 to 8. Green Arrow Annual #1. Detective Comics Annual #1. Question 17 to 18. Question Annual #1. Now I know these come out in really chunky, big omnibuses for the Green Arrow. But I don't. That's my least favorite reading experience. It's so heavy, it's cumbersome. You can't read it everywhere. You've got to put it in a special place, get comfortable. It's too much faffing about. I mean, what if you want to read it on the loo? And I know a lot of you do. I'm not the only one. Not that I read other people's books on the loo. Oh no. Anyway, where am I going with this? So when I sat back, and I was actually on the cusp of thinking maybe I need to shell out for the omnibus of Green Arrow. But then the analysis thought, okay, brilliant, my prayers are answered. And I've not got the question omnibuses. I did read the comic when it came out originally. So I'm not going to fall victim of double dipping. If you have got the question omnibus, this might not be the route to go for you for Green Arrow. You might be worth just getting the omnibus instead. But let's have a look at the build. So there's over five. I think there's about 546 pages. Opens up nice and smoothly. It clearly lists each issue. And the mapping is really, really good, how they've done the layout. I do like how, because Green Arrow and Green on the question thematically are very, very similar in storytelling. I forgot how gorgeous Mike Grohl's pencil artwork was on the Longbow Hunter. The last time I read that was when it came out originally, so I can't wait to dive back in. This be after I've finished my Transformers Volumes 1 and 2 and the Ultimates, which I've just done a video of. This will be my next collected edition to read. And then Mike Grohl didn't do he did a few issues of the artwork in the ongoing, but initially for the initial issues, it was Ed Hannigan and Dick Giordano who did the artwork. But they're keeping with that kind of clean line work what Mike Grohl used, and it fits in very well. To say it's a comic from the mid to late '80s, it's aged very well. The colour's a bit garish because it was done on the, what did you call it, new format paper. And of course, you have the Dennis Cowan artwork on the question issues. And it's pretty seamless how they've done the crossovers, integrated it into the run of the Green Arrow comic. So they break it up where it needs to be broken up, so you don't get that weird jump what you sometimes get in some collections, where if there's another comic event and they'll push it to the back and you're like, oh, why is it done like that? So they've done it so it goes seamlessly with the storytelling, so you don't get any mix up on the timelines. I don't think there's any back matter. Oh, there's a little bit. So they've got the free connecting issues of the annuals that made up the events. That's how you should do events. Just doing annuals of what ran through Detective at Green Arrow and the question. It was called Fables. I remember reading it, and it shows you some of the books that are coming out. See, this is what I was saying on the one for the Ultimates. How I don't like on Marvel do ad placements to do it on the covers. Much better when it's just in the pages like the back. It looks tidy. So, like I said, you get over 540 pages. It's only $39.99. In the UK, this cost me £26. It's nothing for a book that thick. When you think that is £3.50 dearer than this, which is 192 pages. So It's a steal. It really is. I am so pleased with this. Like I said, I do recommend trying the DC Finest books. I've got the Batman one as well. And my next one I'm going to get will must be the Legion of Superheroes because I love that era. I did read that run years ago when they had little digests, um, but not since then. So I want to see what see how if the 13 or 14-year-old Jim Shooter was if it still holds up well because he started really young in comics. But that's me waffling. So I will do more focus on DC Finest. I think I did do a look at the Batman one on one of my videos, so do check that out. But if you're a fan of the current Arrow comic, the one especially with Chris Condon, this is the spiritual success ancestors to that. So I highly recommend you hunt this out. It's extremely good value. Yeah, I'm made up with this. Okay, bye. Bye bye.